A very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the FutureSkills Prime CareerMantra Blockchain 101. My name is Amrita from FutureSkills Prime, the national digital skilling platform, which is a joint initiative of Ministry of Information Technology and Electronics and NASCO. Today, we have the opportunity to get an overview of the use cases, job opportunities, and skills required for blockchain from experts at Snapper Future Tech's Indian Blockchain Institute. Indian Blockchain Institute is an education and training arm of Snapper Future Tech, established in 2017. Snapper Future Tech is a hyperledger training partner participating in open source initiatives across the globe, established for creating future blockchain professionals through immersive ILT, VILT, and self-paced learning methodologies. The courses for Hyperledger and Ethereum range from foundation to expert level. IBI has also the experience of successfully delivering technical as well as business-focused trainings to corporate customers. Today, our list of esteemed panelists include Mr. Naresh Jain. He is the blockchain architect and consultant, plus co-founder and CEO of Snapper Future Tech, an entrepreneur and investor with 29 years of industry experience. Naresh is a co-founder at Snapper Future Tech Private Limited, a blockchain and innovation company. He has trained hundreds of corporate professionals on blockchain. Welcome, Naresh. Next, we have Kamlesh with us, who is a TEDx speaker and has over 12 years of experience in software development, IT consulting, and blockchain solutions. He is among the top 30 influencers of blockchain in India. He is Hyperledger India co-chair and a member of the Hyperledger Technical Steering Committee, driving technical directions of Hyperledger Foundation, which is the Linux Foundation Enterprise Blockchain Project. Lastly, but not the least, we have Shihas with us, who is the architect behind the Indian Blockchain Institute, the training arm of Snapper Future Tech. Shihas is a passionate entrepreneur and a blockchain expert since 2017. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. So my first question today is to Naresh. So Naresh, we all are very aware of the fact that blockchain is almost the building blocks of future tech right now. And it's more like a horizontal rather than a technical technology. So the question that I have for you, what exactly is blockchain? What are its future opportunities? And if there's any use cases you would like to, give us to show us what it's going to lead to in future.
Thank you, Amrita, for the nice introduction and also giving this opportunity to Snapper to partner with NASCOM. Good evening, everyone. We are at a very exciting stage in our life today. There's hardly anything which we do today where we don't use any technology. Whether we do, it's a way of socialization, our education, our managing our finances, buy or sell. Everywhere we use technology. With Web3 in picture, the world is going away from centralization to decentralization, where the role of intermediaries is reducing, and we are going towards a concept of peer-to-peer. This is where blockchain comes in picture. Let me share my some slides with you for better explanation. Is my PPT visible to everyone?
Thank you so much. This is perfect.
All right. Okay, so let's understand what is blockchain. So blockchain is a cluster of computers which are connected with each other, where data communicates between with each other electronically, peer-to-peer. There is no central intermediary in that. As you can see in this diagram, all these are computers, all these are participants of the nodes which are connected with each other and they communicate with each other. Where once the data goes into that, it does not, it cannot be deleted, it cannot be altered. It remains there. It's permanent in nature, it's secure, where data keeps on growing permanently. So it's a system of computers where each and every record is timestamped, it's immutable. So overall, the architecture is a distributed architecture. It's a decentralized architecture where there's no central party. So if I talk about this, what actually blockchain offers? Blockchain is a decentralized distributed architecture where if you want to use blockchain within your company, that is not something where you would be using blockchain. If you have to go outside with your and work with your partners, with your business partners, buyers or suppliers, and you want to communicate with them, and you want to bring a trust between them, that is where you can use blockchain. So blockchain, being a distributed architecture, it brings trust overall, where data cannot be deleted, it cannot be altered, it's permanent, it's immutable. Because of that, there is security. And because the data is shared across all participants, the data is same in all the computers, it is visible, it's available to everybody real time. So there's a transparency. And there's a concept of a smart contract. Smart contract is nothing but a self-executable program where rules are defined. Whenever certain conditions are met, it executes automatically. And because of that, we have a lot of automation. It brings automation. And because of that automation, we reduce dependency on third parties. As the data can be accessed from any of the computers, same. So it's every computer, every node is a single source of truth. So that is what blockchain offers. So there are various use cases. Practically, blockchain can be used across all industries. And as you learn more and more going forward, you will see that the use of blockchain technology is very, very wide. There are two kinds of areas. One is the enterprise blockchain use cases, mainly which is B2B, business to business. Second is a tokenization use cases, where there is some kind of use of a token. You must have heard about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. That is just one application of blockchain technology. So Bitcoin is the application. Blockchain is the underlying technology of Bitcoin, which is a cryptocurrency because it's using the concept of cryptography, and that is why it is called cryptocurrency. If you understand the concept of Bitcoin, I can transfer Bitcoin from my account to anybody's account without involvement of anyone in between. It's peer-to-peer, it's direct, user to user, and it all happens through program. What it means, that is the power of smart contract, where using blockchain, we are able to do a transaction between peer-to-peer without involvement of intermediaries or any central party. You must have also heard about NFT. Many of you must be investing in NFTs. NFT is nothing but non-fungible token. So any digital art, painting, or collectibles, all of that, we can create an NFT of that. These are digital assets. Even we can create an NFT of physical assets or financial assets. We can use it for intellectual property, gaming. So NFT going forward, if you see, right now it's B2C. It's mainly for user consumers, but it is going to be used in business as well. So there will be wide use of NFT as a concept going forward in the businesses. CBDC is nothing but a central bank digital currency. More than 100 countries as of today have already initiated development of CBDC, or digital currency. In India also, we have announced that by end of this year, that will issue a CBDC. What it means, it's a replacement of fiat currency. You will not see any physical note. So you'll be having a digital currency that is going to change the scenario completely. Because here, the dependency on the banks will reduce. The role of banks would change. And because once CBD comes in picture, you will see that banking and financial institutions, even other businesses, they will have to start adopting blockchain so that they can start integrating CBDC and start creating new business models or start creating new solutions, which is more efficient, more automated, uh, and more where dependency on intermediaries is less. So there's a concept of security token, there's a concept of utility token, there's a concept of stable coin. Stable coin is mainly used for all financial functions: lending, borrowing, peer-to-peer lending, mortgages, loans, payments. So decentralized finance, metaverse. So these are the different kind of areas where we can use token, and all of that is based on blockchain. And it is going to, adoption of that is going to increase across all of these areas. Similarly, if we talk about enterprise blockchain use cases, any kind of asset, a part or component, tracking and tracing or provenance. When I say provenance, if I want to prove the product, whether it's genuine, the ownership of the product, whether the product is fake or the genuine. So all of that is provenance. Identity management, secured record keeping, smart contracts, escrows, digital rights, your e-governance services like voting and your land records. Everywhere you can use blockchain. So if you see, there are various use cases, hundreds and hundreds of different kind of use cases which are possible using blockchain. And these are across all the industries, whether it's manufacturing, financial services, government, real estate, travel, mining, education, banking. Across all, we have different kind of use cases. So there's a big potential of blockchain. As per major market researchers and analysts like Gartner, Gartner says that by 2030, blockchain would add value of more than $3 trillion. As per World Economic Forum, by 2027, 10% of the global GDP would be stored on blockchain. As per IDC, 25% of the top global banks would be using blockchain in some or other way by 2020. And 2020 is already over. We know that. And that's actually, it's already there. Because we know that almost all major banks globally, they have started using blockchain in some or other way. We don't really come to know what's really happening behind the scene, but the scenario is changing. Decentralized finance and the innovations in payment or trade finance is happening, and adoption of blockchain is happening across. So there's a global adoption of blockchain, and all major countries have come out with their national blockchain policies, whether it's China or Dubai or United States, Europe, Dubai, Australia, India. And there are various some of the major use cases which they have identified. Like, as I mentioned, CBDC, digital currency, more than 100 countries have already started adopting that. Apart from that, KYC, AML is one major area. Digital credentials, e-governance, trade finance, agriculture. These are some of the major use cases which are being adopted across all the countries by the government. And government has come out with a policy. So last year, in 2021, India also has come out with a draft of national strategy on blockchain, where they have defined a multi-layer architecture At the bottom, what they have defined a distributed infrastructure, which is defined in different zones in India. And then all those zones will be connected with the one large network. Above that infrastructure, there are layers of platforms, smart contract, assets, and we can create application on that infrastructure for different areas, whether it's finance, governance, health, smart city, insurance, education. And so ultimately the target is that we are talking about creating large scale infrastructure where all businesses, all applications would be built on that, and everything will be connected with each other. So these are some of the industries or some of the companies where we can see the blockchain has been already implemented, whether it's banking or finance, supply chain, insurance, energy, real estate, trade, government, IoT, travel. So if you see the names also, so this is a, you can see all major names, global Fortune 500 companies are part of this. So let me talk about one of the success story. This is common, everybody can understand. That's why I picked up this particular story. So Walmart has implemented blockchain for his food supply chain. The product name is Food Trust, which is developed by IBM. Initially, the project was initiated by Walmart. They worked with IBM. But later on, they were joined hands with Nestle and Unilever, like a kind of companies. So by 2018, and they were able to do a complete pilot. So what they were able to achieve, the tracking of the provenance of their food products, like mango. If they have to trace a mango, earlier it used to take days or weeks. By implementing blockchain technology, they were able to bring that time to in seconds, couple of seconds, almost real time. So that's the power of blockchain. And this is just one success story. In the interest of time, I'm not spending more time, and I'll take a pause here. Let me see if Amrita has any other question for me.
Thank you so much, Naresh. That was honestly amazing. But since we are here to talk about learning and skill development, I'll just come straight to the point. What do you think is the demand on talent for blockchain going forward? I mean, where do you see this technology and how much manpower is needed and how many skilled people need to work towards it?
I'll divide that question in two parts. One is what is happening today and what is expected going forward. So let me talk about first what is happening today. And I can see that, I can vouch for it, because we are at Stapper, being a blockchain development company. We are not able to meet the demand of our customers. We are not able to find the right talent, what we need. There's an acute shortage of right skill blockchain resources. And that is why it is so. Because the demand is increasing, adoption has started increasing. We are at a very early stage right now. And as per different reports by LinkedIn, I can say that in one of the report I was reading, they mentioned that in the last 3-4 years, the job growth of demand for jobs in blockchain increased 300 to 500% year on year. And in one of the report I read recently that there are 12,000 jobs are open in India right now. So salary level, because we are into this space, we understand what kind of expectation people have. The salary level are higher than any other skills in technology. The demand is actually growing day by day, and the gap is increasing, and this demand will continue increasing. And I can say that it's just the beginning. As we go forward, So let me say that the way personally what I see, blockchain is going to be adopted across industries. It is going to become part of our daily life. In next decade or so, we'll see there will not be any company or any business who would not be using blockchain. The companies who would not use blockchain probably may go out of business. And let me take another example. As CBDC, digital currency, is rolled out by any government. In that case, after that, you will see that all the banks, all the financial companies, all the businesses have to start integrating that digital currency and start implementing blockchain for better efficiency. So it will open a lot of doors for everyone to get the jobs in that. So jobs demand is going to multiply every year, and it's going to continue for next many years, because we are at a very initial stage right now, and the adoption is going to be very big going forward. And I can talk about some of the areas where the adoption would happen. Metaverse, many of you must have heard, like Meta, Facebook, which is Meta now, because they have understood the potential. So metaverse is one big area. Decentralized is another big area. CBDC is another big area. NFT is another big area. So all of these are related to tokenization, which I mentioned earlier in my slides. Apart from that, businesses sides, all businesses, whether it's finance or supply chain, or we talk about healthcare or insurance, everywhere the requirement is going to be there, and there'll be huge demand going forward. So we all need to be prepared for that. And that's what we're doing today.
Thank you so much, Naresh. But as you can see, maybe in the Q&A, we have already started coming, to the point where everybody's asking, how does one develop a career in blockchain? So what the technology enthusiast can do? What is the starting point? I mean, you have got me excited. What can I do next?
Okay, so let me do one thing. Rather than me answering that question, I have invited some senior folks from my team, their developer. I'll introduce them, Akshay Karale and Sanket Raitukar. So Akshay is our senior developer, team lead, and he is focused more on tokenization kind of blockchain applications. Sanket is the lead who is focused on more on enterprise applications. Let me ask them, Akshay or Sanket. Let me ask Akshay first. Akshay, what do you think? How people or everybody can make their career in blockchain? Can you share your experience?
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. I hope I'm audible enough. Yeah. If you think, my journey started as teaching different programming languages when I was pursuing my master's. Okay, and later while going through some articles and having some thesis and papers read, so I found that this technology is quite interesting, and I should look more into it. So as my master's thesis, or you can say a project, I took blockchain as my domain. So you can certainly see around 4 to 5 years I'm in this space working as a developer and the trainer. Sooner, I joined Snapper as a blockchain developer and a trainer. Along with that, I also developed the content which we use for the IBI for blockchain programs. And you can see here we work on many real-time projects, in many different domains. So it's been nearly 4 years now. I'm working as a blockchain developer and deliver many exciting projects in so many areas, like metaverse, like Narissa mentioned, marketplaces, tokenizations, where you tokenize the different assets. And on a different client projects, I lead these projects as a project lead in these verticals. So if you see, IBI provides, a very sophisticated and a very detailed path when you want to pursue your career or a journey in a blockchain space, where it can be Ethereum or it may be Hyperledger or any public blockchain for that matter. It's basically a NOS certified, where all the courses or things you see that will be more in a structured manner. And if you ask me, being a developer for many years, a piece of advice for the new people or things happen in the space. So I would say the technology is quite evolving with this time. So you need to be updated with what you see in the market or new trends which happen in the technology. And also, if you ask me, if you are a developer and if you want to really start and keep off your study in the blockchain, so I'll say you can start with the public blockchains, which are quite easier to start with. And once you feel that you are confident enough that no, you can understand the concepts and that basic fundamentals, then you can switch your career path towards the private blockchains. Yeah, Naresh, so that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you, Akshay. And Sanket, can also request you to share your experience and what would you suggest to everyone for the career point of view?
Yes, sure. So hi all and thank you for joining. Nice to see all of you. So I joined Snapper as an intern, and it's been 5 years that I have been part of this organization. And in these 5 years, I have got an opportunity to work around interesting areas like NFTs, metaverse, enterprise blockchain projects, decentralized finance. And I have been leading a team who is more into the projects of enterprise blockchain and DeFi. Yeah, so I got a lot of exposure with this, and I got to learn a lot for myself and build my career. So, and this has led me to get certifications as well in Hyperledger Fabric or Corda or any other blockchain platforms. So that is how I build my career around with these blockchain experts around me. And for you guys to build your career, and if you are looking into building your career into blockchain, then I feel, in my opinion, choosing right mentors and a well structured course is a way to go about learning this technology. And here in Snapper and IBI, we mentors have real life experience in building applications and working more practical or implementing stuff in blockchain technology. So I feel if you want to gain expertise in this technology, then choosing this course is and being persistent in learning things even after your course is done, learning, continuous learning, practicing, and being persistent in doing things in blockchain space, that's going to make you more expert, and then you can flourish in this space. Yeah, so I guess that's all.
Yeah. Thank you, Sanket. And I would like to add one thing here. I can see there are a couple of questions related to whether this program, whether non-coder can also become, can join or can learn blockchain, and that is true. So I would like to talk about, for like any other technology, there are different kind of rules are there which are required for implementation of blockchain. So one is it's not only development. Developer is there. Apart from that, blockchain consultant, blockchain architect, even selling of blockchain products or solutions is different. So you also have to learn the concept of blockchain, then only you can sell. Or managing the team as a project manager, as a tester, or as an auditor. So that different kind of roles which are there. Even administrator is there. So non-technical guy, other than development or administrator, I would say that the many other roles like blockchain consultant mainly, where you can work on designing solutions as per the industry requirement. And it's across all industries. So the opportunities are there, but at this point of time, maximum opportunities are into development phase because it's just starting. And even though requirement is more on development side, but there's a hidden demand for blockchain consultant. So big demand of blockchain consultant for designing solution, but that is not explicitly say, it's not very explicit, but there's a demand for that. And going forward, the demand would continue to increase for tester, project managers, and sales people. So Amrita, over to you. Amrita.
Thank you so much, Naresh, and thank you so much, everybody. Akash, it was great hearing you. I mean, Sanket, you as well. It's always good to hear from people who are there in the field. We have with us Kamlesh. So for you, I have a question. You said it is increasing at an exponential rate, the need for experts. But at present, how strong is the blockchain community today, and what are the opportunities in open source communities?
Yeah, so thank you, Amrita, for this question. So like when you're working in the traditional technology, generally that is not open kind of communities, but in the blockchain is a kind of open ecosystem, and there are lots of opportunities to learn and contribute back to those communities, whether it's a Hyperledger, whether it's Ethereum, whether Polygon communities, and there are various communities like NFT communities, and even there are metaverse communities where is a blockchain developer or the people who are working in the space could contribute and could learn from them, because it's a public and is a global ecosystem. For example, like suppose I'm leading one of the Indian chapter of Hyperledger to bring all the blockchain community and blockchain people working in the space, and there are lots of learning exchange to each other. Similarly, like I've been contributing to the Linux Foundation's Hyperledger project as a technical steering committee. So while working in the blockchain and any kind of open source technology, there are lots of opportunities in terms of learning to the global ecosystem, and kind of building a stronger blockchain frameworks and projects and technologies which could be disrupt the particular streams and businesses. So as a developer or as a blockchain enthusiast, you could be a member there, you could be contribute, you could be learn something, and lots of idea exchange to each other. And there are a lot of things happening in the communities in terms of building a products and building a interoperability solution, solving a interesting challenges about the interoperability, scalability, all this aspect. So I think there are lots of opportunity in terms of your regular job as a blockchain developer, as a blockchain consultant.
Thank you so much for that, Kamlesh. That was really interesting. Now I have a question for Shihas. Shihas, can you tell us something about the course by IBI on FutureSkills Prime that I'm really interested in personally also, the Certified Ethereum Developer Program, and how can the learners maximize this opportunity? We do have something special in for the people who have joined in today, I think. Would you like to please tell us about it?
Sure, Amrita. Thank you. So I hope everyone is able to hear me clearly.
Yes.
All good, all good.
Hello, everyone. Let me just share my screen. Just give me a minute. Okay. So basically, before we go towards the type of programs that we have, let's just first spend some time knowing about what is IBI. How did IBI come into existence? What is Snapper and all? Okay. So in 2017, when we started off with Snapper Future Tech, so we were very determined that, okay, we wanted to start a company which works in the blockchain space. And back then it was just, the hype was around just crypto. We faced a lot of difficulties because there was not much of any benchmarks which were available. It's a new technology, right? And we really struggled a lot. And Kamlesh, Naresh, Akshay, Sanket, we all were there from the starting. We worked on that. We gained expertise on different frameworks. We developed a lot of POCs around those frameworks. And gradually within these years, right now, we are working on production level projects with multiple clients across the globe. So when we started off with Snapper back in 2018, what we realized was when we wanted to expand our team, we were facing a lot of difficulties because we were not getting the right resources, skilled resources, to be honest. There was lack of skilled resources in the market. That time we came across that there is lack of awareness about blockchain technology in general because people just associate blockchain with Bitcoin. Back then, that was the scenario. It was just about cryptocurrency and nothing else. So we thought, okay, this particular perception that people have, we need to break it. As we were the first early adopters, basically, we were one of the first companies to start working in the blockchain space. So we thought, okay, we should actually start with some kind of awareness, that what is blockchain technology, and it is much more than cryptocurrency. All those aspects were considered. So we initially started with some awareness programs, some seminars, webinars, and all in colleges in and around Pune across India. But later on, we realized that it's not just done. If you're a part of the blockchain community, you're one of the earlier adopters, movers in the blockchain space, then it's necessary that you build something very, in a very structured manner, and don't just leave it there with just an awareness. You should have some system, like basically some training programs, I would say some initiative which took care of training individuals on the blockchain space, right? So that's how Indian Blockchain Institute was born. So whenever you look at a program, there are three things that you consider, right? You consider the content, you consider the pedagogy, how the learning methodology is, and the credibility of the entire program in general, right? These are the three things that you would consider for any kind of training programs that you take in. Now, why I stated the history of Snapper is very much aligned to what I'm going to say next. So let's focus on the first part, okay? So as Indian Blockchain Institute, when we started, we thought, okay, let's focus on the content part. Now, there is a lot of material which is available, and in the chat also, I saw that, there are a lot of videos available on YouTube, Udemy, lot of things are available here and there on the internet. It's all scattered, right? So we thought, we don't want to consolidate all the information in one place. Let's do one thing. We are a development company. Snapper Future Tech is a development company. Why not use our experience working, developing those POCs, developing those products and solutions for the client? Why not use that experience and create content out of that experience? So Akshay and Sanket, as well as Kamlesh, who have been working on these projects, who have been working on these frameworks, who have expertise on these frameworks, we all came together. We have a good team, all the technical professionals, all the developers. We came together, and then we articulated the content, the curriculum around. We had multiple kinds of programs that we had started off with. Back in 2019, we launched Indian Blockchain Institute full-fledged. So that time we used to offer, as Naresh stated, it's not just, developers have a role in blockchain. There is a demand for consultants. There is a demand for architects, administrators. But yes, there is the demand for developers is more as compared to all the other job roles. Those are the non-technical roles or technical roles. So basically the entry point, or you want to start your career in blockchain, the best opportunity or the maximum number of opportunities lies as a technical professional. Ethereum being one of the most highly adopted blockchain frameworks, and one which is very approachable, where you can learn, gain expertise. So we decide, okay, our motto is learn, execute, and master. So we will take our learners through this entire process, wherein they learn, they execute it, and then they master it. That was our focus. So the learning part, what we did with the experience, we created the content. So definitely that content is vetted with the experience of the client, that yes, this is something which has been used in the industry. This is something which is used at the production level. This is something which is matches to the industry standards. Then about the pedagogy. Now, I hope I answered I've well defined the first part, that's on the content. Let's come to the pedagogy. Pedagogy, learning methodology, whatever you want to call it. How do we train the people? What are the steps? How do we take them from just knowing about blockchain to a level where they're able to develop projects on their own? That's something we focused on. And what we did is that doesn't happen overnight. We initiated virtual live instructor-led training sessions. They're called as VLT mode training sessions over Zoom. We did it for different kinds of individuals, working professionals coming from various streams, students coming from various streams, different people, different individuals attending the program. We learned a lot. We did it in a very structured manner, definitely. We took all those feedbacks also and improvised on our content. And it has been exercised over more than 500 plus students. I'm talking about live training sessions. I'm not talking about recorded sessions, because back then we didn't have that in plan. So our pedagogy has been well tested with more than 500 students across these years till now. So now we come to the part of the credibility part. Okay, so I hope I've well defined the content part. Now the pedagogy, which has been tried and tested, the learning methodology, tried and tested. Then let's come to the credibility part. So in 2022, we decided why not we go towards self-paced content. Content which we have been delivering, the pedagogy that we have already exercised, executed with the students, let's transform it into self-paced content, recorded content, but same content, same flow, same pedagogy, everything same, but it's recorded. The script, whatever we use for delivering, the same script is used for the recorded content as well. So we came up with that part. And the best thing that happened is that we tied up with NASSCOM FutureSkills. With that, the credibility came in for the program as a whole. Content already had a credibility. Pedagogy already had a credibility. Now the program as a whole. The best thing about this program is that this is NOS aligned. National Occupational Standards, which have by NASSCOM approved by Government of India. It's a NOS aligned program. And one of the features you see on the program is that it is developed by developers for developers. And it is aligned to the standards which are mentioned by, which has been approved by Government of India. So you can go on to FutureSkills platform and read more about the program. As you know, in considering the time that we have, I won't be going into more details of the program. It is a 60 hours self-paced content training where you go through the videos. There are study materials, there are assignments, there are practical assignments as well. And at the end, that is, when you have executed, you have learned everything, you have executed, now you're going towards the mastering side. That time you have a capstone project that you need to develop. Okay. So that's how we conclude this program, wherein you, within the time span that you cover, like basically by the end of it, you have exercised your knowledge. And there are a lot of, what do you say? As I said, this particular program itself is our life experience as a company, as a startup. When Snapper FutureTech started, with all the struggles, with all the efforts, all that has been put into this program, just so that anyone who takes the program, the learning gets accelerated for you. Whatever we have learned these years being in the industry, you're able to learn that quickly. To some extent, your learning gets accelerated. So let me just walk you through the process, the learner journey that you will be going through once you enroll for the program, which also portrays the curriculum at a high level. You can go and see the curriculum through the link that will be shared. Amrita would be sharing the link as well. So you can go through that in detail later on. Anyway, so you enroll through the IBI portal, you go through the modules which have been well defined. So we have a modular and unit-wise structure. So we have modules which are actually levels for you. They are like your ladder, like step 1, step 2, step 3. So first is always the base, the foundation, that is blockchain concepts. Over that, we have blockchain advanced concepts. Over that, we go with Ethereum, wherein you get a good understanding of the conceptual understanding of Ethereum architecture, components, its functionalities, all and so of Ethereum. Then we move towards the hands-on part. That's the practical part. That Solidity is a programming language which is used for developing smart contracts in Ethereum. So we teach you Solidity from scratch. Then you go towards developing the capstone project. Once you're done with the project, you submit the project. Within 14 days, your project gets evaluated. You get a feedback for your project, and you get 2 certificates which are generated for you. There's a joint co-branded participation certificate, which is with FutureSkills plus IBI, and a program completion certificate from IBI. Then you have to sign up with FutureSkills Prime platform, and then there is a mandatory assessment that you need to take, basically just to assess the knowledge that you have exercised, the knowledge that you've gained, acquired in that program. You have to give this assessment. On clearing this assessment, you become eligible for Government of India incentives. So you see, now we have added the credibility part to all the experience, all the content, all the pedagogy. We have added a lot of credibility around it, being NASCOM aligned, having government incentives, and so on. So Amrita, I think, yeah, that's all I wanted to state about the program. If there is anything in the Q&A, or we can take the Q&A later on, I guess.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Shouldn't, but if one more thing I think we missed talking about is the fact that this is under the Government of India incentive. So what I want to highlight here is that you see, I'll just share my screen. That'll be easier. So you see, we see this logo. So that basically means that if someone completes this course and takes the SSC NASCOM assessment, then you can get up to, more than 12,000 rupees, or sorry, 14,000 rupees back from the government. So government, if you are investing in your future, if you are investing in skilling up, the government is happy to support and fund your ambitions. And you can get money back from the government. So this is a very interesting feature, which clearly shows that the government, which is NASCOM and MIT, FutureSkills, we are also extremely happy about the quality of the course. The fact that you, kind of concised all your learnings to form this learning content. And we are happy about the type of course it is. And we are extremely happy to be associated and hence giving incentives. So I'm personally very excited about it. Thank you so much for that, Shihas. However, I do think you have something else also you want to tell us about.
Yeah, so basically, since it's a good, this is something that we're declaring right now in this particular event. The actual fees, let me just share the screen once, sorry. The actual fee for the program is 11,000 plus 18% GST, as you can see. But today we are making it 40% off for a period of 1 month. That is till 1st of August. It's going to be just for 6,600, just up to 40% off and a program in which already on completion will get an incentive. So this is something that I wanted to declare today. So yes, we have up to 40% off. So I request everyone to please go ahead, sign up. The offer is only valid for a month.
Thank you so much for that. This was very interesting. Should we take up the Q&A? I think most of the Q&A has already been answered.
Okay, Amrita, just one thing. On the FutureSkills platform, if you go for the program, you may not see the discounted right now, but it will get reflected. So
yeah, it will go live. We have announced it today, and we will go live in next maybe by tomorrow or day after at the most.
Sure. Okay.
Yes, so we have a question, right? Kamlesh, you're writing to everybody, right? You will need to go through the assessments and fees will be refunded post the certification.
Amrita, you need to share the link with everyone if you have not shared that.
I have actually shared earlier, but I will do it right now again.
And the programs are ready. You can right now immediately enroll for the program, and you're ready to start. It's already live.
So what Naresh means is that even if on NASCOM it shows 11,000, once you go through the enrollment process, once you land up there, you will have to just pay 6,600.
Yeah, so you're eligible for 6,600. Please don't wait for it to change on the website. It will be for everybody who's attending the website, so the session right now. If you click on it, you will get 6,600. Yeah, am I right?
Right. Absolutely. Thank you.
Great.
So any other thing, Amrita, or?
No, I'm good. I think we have answered all the questions in the Q&A section.
So we can take up some more questions. We have
Yeah,
minutes.
in the chats, if you would like to go through it.
Yeah. So there's one question. What is the meaning of assessment? So Amrita, you want to talk about that, or Shias?
Yes. So assessment basically means, see, if you have completed the course, there's a completion, but a individual body which is not aligned to the courseware provider, as a body like NASSCOM, will be giving you an assessment for something for which you have to apply for, and take the assessment, and it will give validity to your resume, and it's industry validated course, and that will help you get the money back through incentives. The criteria for incentives, yes, there are. It is open for all working professionals and students who have got internships. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to share the link of the incentive program also in the session, which gives all the details you need on the incentives. So basically, I think I can make money out of the 6,000 I pay. I get more or less the entire amount back. And my learning, not to mention. There's another question. What courses on private blockchain like HLF, R3, CODA?
Yeah. So this particular program is on Ethereum, and slowly we'll start pushing programs on Hyperledger Fabric or CODA going forward. Because this is the most popular program and most common one. And for any non-blockchain, any blockchain enthusiast, this is a starting point. And these programs are not something introductory programs. These programs are in-depth programs. These are job-oriented programs. You can really learn, and you can get placements. And in fact, by learning such kind of programs, many of our students, and rather I would say most of our students, have got the job in the market. So there's one question from Angel Pena. Can foreigners apply? I guess you can definitely apply, but the payment has to come in rupees. Amrita, I'm not sure. What do you think about that? But you can definitely join our program. Yeah, the payment has to come in rupees, and you can take the advantage of this program.
So the FutureSkills program is for Indian citizens specifically. However, I think the course is available through IBI directly as well.
Yeah.
And can an employed person join the program? Yes, of course. That it is, I would not like to use the word unemployed. So you're future employed. We need everybody.
And that's the whole purpose of this program.
Yeah, that's the point.
If you're unemployed, then in that case, you have a good chance to get employed by learning this program.
Right. So there's a question on, do we need any prerequisite skills or maybe educational background?
For that, I would suggest you should go through the program details. Use the link. All of your questions would be answered in terms of prerequisites, program details, and what all it covers.
Yeah. So will I get a job? Of course, you will get a job. Naresh said we have so much demand. We barely can make it. So I'm looking forward to more and more people joining. So if we pay 6,000, will we get 12,000? No, there are certain criteria. You will not get more money back. You can go through the details on the incentive program. And I think most of the questions cover that. Freshers with higher management, yes, everybody can. Everybody can. And does it cover NFT? You can
Yeah,
see that.
So in terms of program curriculum, you can go through that, and we are going to launch more programs in next 1 or 2 months, where you'll see much more like decentralized finance, NFT, such kind of things. So NFT may not be there in this particular program, but it's more focused on development for Ethereum.
Great. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Shaz, you have shared your email ID. So really looking forward to all the people who will be joining us in the digital skilling revolution. Thank you so much, panelists. Thank you so much, Naresh, Shehas, Sanket, Kamlesh, Akash. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Amrita.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.